I think kindness is very important in all societies. Yeah, it's inherent in all societies, and if we define kindness as meaning considerate, helpful, not being humble, etc., and in all our religions, whether Islam or Christianity or Buddhism or Hinduism, they all preach kindness. We have to be kind to our fellow beings. You see, so it is very important in Malaysia. It's not necessarily having to give out money. It's doing acts of kindness like helping one another. I mean, like when you see someone who is crippled trying to climb up the stairs, we try to help him. You know, or when we see some accidents on the road, we try to help those who are involved in the accidents. Yeah, so it is something that I think we were taught from very young. I remember when I was small, I used to see my father. When I go to school, he used to give lift to my friend in the neighborhood. If we can afford the space in the car, you see, and I don't ask him why he do it. It's just that he does it because I think he's just being kind. Yeah, so I think in Malaysia, we are taught from young. I don't know now, but during my time when we were young, we are taught to be kind to our fellow beings. You see. Well, companies like listed companies, they have certain responsibilities to do corporate social responsibility and report it in the annual report, etc. But private companies, they have their own way of doing it. I'm involved in several companies, and I do know that a lot of companies, they do their corporate social responsibility. Like in the neighboring areas, if there are certain requests from schools to make improvement to the classrooms, or they need some equipment for their teaching apparatus, you know, or they need some sports equipment. I think some companies, they do provide it, you know. But of course, companies do this for a reason. Yeah, a lot of companies, sometimes they sponsor something, but of course they want to promote their brand, their name, but sometimes it is for a good cause. I know of some companies, like companies of which I'm involved in with Produa, sometimes we do help some schools in the area where they want to improve their halls, want to improve the computer facilities. We do support them. Yeah. So I think corporate, the problem with corporate is that sometimes they do not know how to do it themselves. So they prefer to donate funds to some charitable organization who will do the work, charitable work. Yeah, like some NGOs, for instance, you see. But sometimes they have to know whether they are doing the right thing. Yeah, because some NGOs, you know, sometimes they don't do it for the purpose they say they want the money for. And that's the problem, I think. You know? So sometimes it's good for NGOs sometimes to write a report, make an annual report, for instance, to show those donors to show that this is what they're doing with the money. Because we are accountable sometimes to our shareholders. Yeah. I think companies are doing their part, you know, even without being proper monitoring. For instance, again, one company that I'm involved in, when I was reading the paper some months ago about some baby born to a couple in Terengganu who needed a heart operation, about $50,000 or $60,000 ringgit, and they were asking for donations. So I asked the management why don't we do something like this, like just make some contribution or pay for the whole operation if we can afford it, and they did that. So I think it's up to the individuals in the company, the management, the people in charge of the company to look and see whether they can do good themselves. No need to teach them. If you see that somebody is really in need and they need something within the limits of what they can spend, I think they can do it. You see, so I advise companies to look at it. I mean, now lately I hear papers asking for donation for somebody who is sick, who have an accident. who lost their parents. So there are a lot of things that companies can do to look at. Of course, there are certain limits to what they can do depending on the budget. Of course, if they are very profitable, they can do more. Of course, and if they are not making money, it's very difficult for them to make such a contribution.
All right.